Hi, my name is Jennifer Lai, and I'm a Market Intelligence Manager for ThermoFisher Scientific here in San Diego, California. My company, ThermoFisher Scientific, is a leading biotechnology company that provides laboratory instruments, consumables, and diagnostic tests to R&D companies in life sciences. In fact, Thermo Fisher Scientific was one of the first companies, along with Roche, to provide COVID-19 diagnostic tests in the US that was FDA emergency use authorized back in March. Besides providing diagnostic tests, Thermo Fisher Scientific is also actively supporting pharmaceutical companies in developing vaccines and therapeutics. A small company called Gilead Sciences, who manufactures a drug called remdesivir, was the first company to receive FDA emergency use authorization for a therapeutic drug to be used on hospitalized patients with the coronavirus. However, there still hasn't been an FDA-approved vaccine just yet, so the race is on to develop the first approved vaccine to go to market. In the US, the Trump administration created Operation Warp Speed to help accelerate the vaccine development. The program is designed to provide funding as well as R&D support for the pharma companies that are the furthest along in the vaccine race. There are currently 5 companies right now under the Warp Speed program that is receiving government funding as well as support. And that includes Moderna, a small company, but the furthest along in the vaccine race, so we can consider Moderna a vaccine leader at this point. There's also Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer and their partnership with BioNTech, Merck & Company, and also a British company called AstraZeneca and their partnership with Oxford University. So far, Moderna, a small biopharma company, is the leader of the pack, but there is also a lot of international efforts as well in developing vaccines. In China, a company called CanSino Biosciences claims that they have developed a working vaccine already, and they are now using it on the Chinese military. There's also a very large speculated partnership as well, and that is Sanofi, a leader in pharmaceuticals from France, and their partnership with GSK, GlaxoSmithKline, a major British biopharmaceutical company. And with this partnership, there is a lot of resources involved, also a lot of expertise in developing vaccines and also production capability, as these 2 large biopharmaceutical companies have resources to make billions of doses for the people should they find a vaccine that is approved. The next step for a vaccine is to get approval either through FDA, CDC, or a host of health institutions around the world and government-regulated institutions. For the CDC, it needs to have a minimum of 70% efficacy, but the FDA has dropped that minimum requirement to 50% efficacy for a vaccine to be approved here in the US. And what that means is just that the drug doesn't need to be as strong. So therefore, we can expect that the COVID-19 vaccine most likely will only have a coverage span of about 6 months to a year. So it's going to work very closely like a flu vaccine, where people need to be vaccinated routinely year after year in order to gain and continue that immunity. And the best case scenario would be if any given population, there would be herd immunity. And herd immunity just means a large population where they have gained immunity to a certain disease. And if so, majority of the people who can get this vaccine, who will then be immune to the coronavirus, can then function as a society that minimizes the risk of infection and also the virus coming back up to infect the population. So that would be the best case scenario. So this has been just a short overview of the current vaccine race and what to expect with the FDA and CDC approvals coming up. Best case scenario, we should have a drug out to market by the end of the year, but then it remains to be seen who is the first country or who are the first people to receive this vaccine, of course. So this is the overview. Thank you and be safe. Stay healthy.